Welcome students of class 7. I'm Varsha ma'am, your science expert. And from today onwards, we're going to start our science sessions through these videos. In our session 1, we're going to start with chapter 6, elements, compounds and chemical equations. Students, look around the surroundings. You see a table, a chair, a wall, a pen and so many things. What do you think it is made up of? Well, it is made up of basic building blocks of matter, which is called an atom. The term atom has been taken from the Greek word atomos, which means indivisible. That means it cannot be divided or separated. Next is elements. There was a French chemist named Antoine Laurent Lavoisier, and he was the first one who actually defined element. He gave the definition of an element. So according to Lavoisier, elements was defined as the basic form of matter which cannot be broken into simpler substances by chemical reactions. For example, pure gold consists of just gold atoms, which are only one type of atoms and have same properties. Next is, currently, there are about 118 elements which are known to be exist, and out of which only 98 elements are naturally found in the Earth's crust. The most abundant element found in the Earth's crust is oxygen. Next is compounds and minerals. Compounds are defined when elements combine with the another element, it form a compound. While minerals, the element which is found naturally deep under the earth's surface in the form of compound, then that is known as the minerals. Next is science talk. So there were many philosophers who were giving various theories based on the atoms. So the first one was an Indian philosopher named Maharishi Kannad. He stated that if we go on dividing the matter, then we shall get smaller and smaller particles, and that divided particle was known as the Parmanu. Similarly, a Greek philosopher named Democritus suggested that if we keep on dividing the matter, then a stage will be reached where particles cannot be divided further. So, different theories were coming out by different philosophers in those days. Next is minerals and ores. See, minerals are found in the earth's crust, and when you are extracting metal from it, then the extracted metal is an ore. So, such sources are called ores. For example, cinnabar is an ore of mercury, and hematite is an ore of iron. Next is infobit box. There was an Anglo-Irish scientist named Robert Boyle, and he was the first one to use the term element in 1661. Students, now we are going to solve SS box key. Students, you are given some elements and their percent by weight. For example, oxygen 46.6%, silicon 27.7%, and so on. So you can go through the rest of the elements. The first question is, which is the second most abundant element in the Earth's crust? Name some ores of that element. So the second most abundant element is the iron, and the ore is magnetite and hematite. Second question is, bauxite is the ore of which of the above elements? So bauxite is the ore of aluminium. Okay. Now our next topic is chemical symbols. Various elements were given chemical symbols in order to avoid the confusion. So it was John Dalton who was the first one to use the picture symbols. For example, he was using the picture symbol for oxygen as a circle, for hydrogen a circle and a dot in it. Similarly, rest of the elements, you can go through that. Okay, next is chemical symbols. So based on the above discussion, chemical symbols was introduced by Swedish chemist J.J. Berzelius for naming of the elements. So our next topic is naming of the elements, which was approved by IUPAC. IUPAC stands for International Union of Pure Applied Chemistry. So there are certain rules which are to be followed to assign symbols. The first rule states that element has the first letter of its name. For example, for hydrogen, it is capital H. For carbon, it is capital C, and so on. Second rule states that when there are more than one element with the same letter, then we use the first letter capital and second letter small. For example, aluminium, capital A and small l. Okay. Third rule states that in some case we use first letter and which appears letter in the name. Example, zinc. So this is how we can name the element based on these rules. Our next topic is molecules, which we will be continuing in a session 2. Students, now I'm giving you a homework in between questions based on today's topic. And one more thing, the complete PDF of today's topic will be uploaded on website, so you may download it from there. Okay, so you can see these are the in between questions. Okay, and don't worry, it will be uploaded in the PDF also, so you can download it from there. So this was all about the today's session. Thank you.